Hi, good afternoon. Today we are late. Actually, I'm planning to do this live somewhere around 11:30, but we are adjusting few things, and that's the reason we are late today. So, what's buzzing in the news? What's there? Hi, I'm Himanshu Bhani, and what's buzzing in the hashtag DLG plus 2 dateline gujaratnews.com. If you see if you see the website datelinegujaratnews.com, there is the hashtag DLG plus 2 dispatch letter which has been written yesterday. But what's there in the news? It's actually the news headlines are raining, and it's all about rains. The latest thing which is going on basically while I was trying to log in is that the Wayanad landslide, it has been captured on camera in Kerala, and other news across the world which is making rounds is of course the funeral in Iran, and the developments in India, mainly about the Ram Temple and the Prime Minister's visit to Indonesia. So let's start, So let's start, and I'm sorry, I just buttoned my T-shirt so it doesn't look a little. So let's start, and while we start, interestingly, what is happening that I'm in Ahmedabad right now. I mean, between Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar, and the moment I come out of home, it starts raining. The problem is that. So otherwise, it's cool. It's fine. But the moment I come out, it starts raining, and let's take a look. Let's start with. I'll share the screen. So, what's the news? The news is largely about the monsoon. It's about the business and policy shift basically, and the tech and cyber innovation. The entertainment headlines, of course, the business news headlines, Sensex and Nifty, kind of cruising in a positive direction. So we'll do first a market wrap basically, because it's almost 3:30, the markets will shut down. So we'll do just a fast market wrap, and then we'll start talking about the main news and the headlines and everything. Uh, if you look at the business landscape, the rupee has improved a little. It has touched 95.28. So I see the rupee playing somewhere, in a range of 94.5 to 95.5 presently, the way oil prices are cooling, and that's what my experience is, and that's what I read. So let's take a look at other headlines basically, and while we take a fast view about the business, what's your market brief? So what does your market brief read? The market brief read largely that the global markets and AI geopolitics. It reads about the Indian markets, how resilient they are. It reads about the strategic pivot of the data centers and infrastructure and defense security, the capital inflows. Of course, there has been a news of the defense contracts even being signed in Indonesia. I mean, the kind of MOUs and the bilateral agreements with the Indonesian Prime Minister. The digital currencies are once again into the limelight. The stable coin rule book converge. I mean, the Bitcoin is somewhere stabilizing. So that's more or less the kind of big theme on the business news front. Let's take a look at the global indices. The global indices, are largely pivoting in such a manner that they are positive on a couple of areas. If you see, there is a strong buy rating for US Composite. Dow Jones has a buy rating. SIBO has a buy rating. S&P TSX has a neutral rating. That's the North American rim, basically. The Canada, US, actually. And if you see the South American IBOP, IMB, Merval, S&P, they are all on a buy and kind of negative mix. Nifty and Sensex definitely are on a sell and buy call, and Tadawul, that's Tasi, is largely on a sell call. Europe is completely on a negative. Europe is more or less on the negative zone, and Asia Pacific has a mix jump basically. It's a strong buy for Nikkei. Kospi is also on the buy mode, and SSE, that Shanghai Composite, is on neutral. Shenzhen Composite, again, it's on a neutral, and S&P ASX is almost in the neutral range. So this is largely the scenario of the global indices. Let's take a look at other factors, the key metrics basically. And if you see the key metrics of the global indices is largely, there's a strong buy for IMB, S&P, ICX, DJI, Nikkei, TSX, and UK. And there is a strong neutral call on, there's a neutral call on Sensex, Nifty, DAX, and CA4. TASI is basically, it's a sell, Kospi Composite, and these are all sell calls. So these are the performance metrics basically. Strong gain, largely in IMV, moderate gains in SPX, IXIC, DJI, Sensex, Nifty, and TASI, and moderate decline basically in the Kospi Composite, DAX, SA40, UKX, TSX, and Nikkei, and significant decline, in some other stocks. That is Shenzhen and I think there is S&P closing. That's a US. So factors influencing the outlook are sectoral divergence in tech, geopolitical risk premiums, fragmental investor appetite, and momentum in valuation. So these are the calls basically. Let's take a look at the brokerage vantage point. So because we are not going to talk now on the Indian market are very strongly pivoting ahead, and Indian markets basically, if you see, the key sectors which are being focused by the brokerages mainly are, they're eyeing Nifty and the expiry day strategy for the Nifty 50, that's today. And key sectors mainly are banking, financials, defense, reality, and IT. In banking, they are looking at HDFC Bank Power Rally. The Q1 updates basically fueling the sentiment. That's a leading pack. Again, the kind of composition which banking stocks have into the Nifty 500 or Nifty 50 is comparatively a good bunch. Defense and reality, mainly the active watch list is projected approvals and continued outperformance. And IT Lagarde watchful ahead of TCS results. That's on 9 July. And credit access Grameen is a buy call. Top picks Lodha Developers is accumulate call. World markets, global landscapes, sectoral adjustments, and macro data impact. That's what's largely learnt over there. If you see the communication sector, communication services, energy, and consumer discretionary, these are the sectors they are viewing. And watchful events are tech and chip stocks earning reports. And Australia, what's the outcome in Australia? It's Australia EasyJet takeover analysis. So these are the areas where things are happening. Let's take a look at other developments. In other developments, Indian indices, if you see the key matrix is largely trading strategies and everything is given. So I'll not go much onto the Indian indices. I'll not I just scroll the commodity slide as well. It's more or less crude, natural gas, gold, silver. It's all kind of an uptick basically. Except that gold is a little negative and silver is stable. Range bound, basically natural gas and crude is into the pricing pressure. Currency is almost stable. Key factors are FI outflows, global dollar strength, and hawkish Fed comments and widening trade deficit. Digital asset review is largely it's institutional buying, regulatory clarity, and the kind of positive outcome of the post CPI data. So commodities outlook is a volatile. Watch OPC headlines and bullish on dips basically. Level is $85, 85 to $90. That's mainly into the oil per barrel. Currency outlook is range bound with upward bias and USD on dips against INR. So buy USD against dip on INR, and that's it. Outlook is consolidation likely in digital assets. That's the strategy largely the experts are recommending. If we take a call now on the Indian market matrix, this is largely the things which are happening. So I will not go much into that. I will not deep dive into those headlines, of course, or those metrics. We take a call now on the world desk. What's the news happening from the world? So world is international relations, geopolitics, US concerned by China nuclear buildup after the missile launch. That's the headlines which is making rounds. 9 killed in Russian strike in Kyiv on the eve of NATO summit in Turkey. That's again one more headline which is making the news. And if you see about 100 people from Karnataka, they have attended the Ayatollah Khomeini's funeral in Tehran. That's the news making it around in India and across the world. There are updates from the FIFA World Cup and how basically Messi carries the torch as Ronaldo, Neymar, and Modric exit. Brazil knocked out as Holland's brace take Norway into the quarter for first time. Neymar announces international retirement after Brazil's World Cup exit, and FIFA lifts Florin Balogun's red card suspension, set to play versus Belgium. What is happening in Iran transition and Trump warnings? Mourners throng funeral procession after Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. We have seen the visuals. We have seen how the news is making the headlines across in the world and everywhere. If you see otherwise, what Trump has said that we'll enter a kind of make a deal or finish the job. Trump's fresh warnings to Iran amid the Khamenei funeral, and United States a stake in the stock market. 50,000 children receive almost $1,000 in Trump account deposits. So that's a kind of direct benefit, what you call the direct benefit transfer scheme or DBT or whatever you call it. And regional issues and social unrest. Philippine braces for the protest as impeachment trial of Vice President Saradut begins. Pakistan civic failure leaves residents blazing for yet another monsoon, and 25 killed in Sri Lanka. among the prison kind of inmate fight. So these are the news which are making the news headlines from the world. Let's take a look on India desk. What's happening in the India desk and what's the news which is making rounds in the India desk? I'll just adjust my laptop a little, because it's giving a little longish view for me. So yeah, if I take a call on this, this sounds better. I'll just adjust this. There's a light behind me, so that's a problem. So what's happening on the? You want to regulate the chief minister's visit? Supreme Court wraps the DMK. They want to regulate. I mean, this is a spat which is happening in Tamil Nadu, and Congress deja vu moment in Punjab as the rebellion basically intensifies over the leadership. That's what's happening in Congress in Punjab. And Jan Suraj Party fields Prashant Kishore for Barakpur Assembly by-elections. So let's see how this pans up really. Government policy, private secretary, 2 additional PS removed from the Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav's office. Government issues stern notice to Meta on the child sexual abuse material in Instagram. VHP asked the special investigative team to clarify claims made by opposition leaders on the Ram Temple donation. Bring Ram Janmabhoomi Trust within the RTI purview. That's what the CPM leader is asking. And MP becomes the first state to reconstitute the Waqf board, and basically it includes the 2 Hindu members also. In the Agniveer scheme, Armed Forces seeks larger retention of Agniveers after the end of 4-year stint. And Center will start cooperative life insurance firm on the lines of Bharat Taxi. So, the insurance firms may get a kind of a spin now from here. That's what the Home Minister and the Union Minister for the Cooperative Affairs, Mr. Amit Shah, has said. Diplomacy and Indonesia visits. PM is basically conferred with the Indonesian highest honor, Bintang Adipurna of the Republic of Indonesia medal. And India and Indonesia sign a major defense cooperative deals amidst PM Modi's visit. Modi and Prabowo to boost the ties with India-Indonesia Defense Pact. And Indonesian fighter jets escort PM Modi's plane as he arrives in Jakarta. India's Modi to meet Indonesian Prabowo to talk defense, security and food. That's the headline making, again, that's the most read headline basically. Astra missiles, BrahMos batteries, India's eyes big deals during PM Modi's visit to Indonesia. What's there in the internal security and regional developments is Pakistan's war threat to India over Indus water and monsoon blues. That's the news again which is read most. NIA names LET founder Hafiz Saeed as accused in Pahalgam terror attack, due to which the Operation Sindoor happened, of course. And Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has issued an alert for possible cloud burst. So that's coming from the weather updates basically in that area. Assam floods, first major wave includes almost 6 districts, affecting over 22,000 people in Assam. And 2 Assam Rifle personnel were killed when a militant ambushed their convoy. If you see the Maharashtra Tate paper leak, 3 more held in UP, 10 in custody so far. And Ram Temple Trust accepts the Chief Champat Rai's resignation in the key meeting. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has departed. That's already there for the New Zealand, Malaysia and Australia. And ISRO successfully conducted the first Sol ground test. That's about the Gaganyaan mission. And in Manipur, there's some news on the SIR. I'll just take it ahead. I mean, Manipur SIR, 19.35 lakh voters in draft electoral rolls, say CEO. Pune, 23 rescued and 1 died in Patan village landslide. So these are the news making rounds across India desk. And when we take a call on business and economy desk, what's happening on the business and economy desk? In the business and economy desk, if you see the markets and currency, I mean, the news is mainly about the Nifty, the rupee, how it has improved, 95.28, gold prices edged lower. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma has messaged to lay off 4,832 3,200 employees. And Adani storms Hindalco Vedanta duopoly to 1.1 crore, 1 lakh crore kind of gambit. Corporate industry, Microsoft to lay off 4,800 employees. That's a massive, amid massive AI investments. That's bad news. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma's message to the staff after 3,200 have been asked to leave. And so this is a evening news wrap, mainly the Microsoft to lay off undergoes all. Adani storms Hindalco Vedanta duopoly with rupees 1.1 lakh crore gambit. This news is making rounds. It's being the most read news. And India's 166.65 lakh ton fertilizer stock, rising meat kharif demand yet, the government has said. And EPF scheme 2026, newly married members too must update their spouse details, basically, if they are putting them as a nominee. Saudi Arabia makes a biggest price move, basically, as the market weakens. I mean, it kind of makes a biggest drop in the oil prices. And UK subdued construction has some data from the June, so continues in June. So I mean, the markets are not really very strong in the housing sector in UK. That's what it reads largely. From the science and tech desk, if you see, the news is largely about the Cardano prices forecast ADA risk over 20% downside sales. It was says cryptocurrencies price prediction: Ripple, Dixie, Ethereum, and Asian Wrap mainly. And Ripple secures full MICA license for crypto services across Europe. So now that's how it will be happening in Europe as well. Mobile consumer tech, Global Vivo X500 Pro Max gets kind of certified before launch, and WhatsApp gets 3 more days to respond username feature to no rollout for now. That's what has been, because there has been a court case in that. Apple foldable to lift OLED tool demand. That's what is making the news and rounds. Apple iPhone Ultra gets 4 limited edition before its launch, and last day for the Amazon Prime Day sale. That's also making a news around. And Motorola Edge, I mean, it's launched in India 4 June. Price specification, top features are also there in the news headlines. IB Ministry orders Telegram to curb piracy network and share action taken report within 15 days. IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur launch a joint 4-year bachelor program for cyber security, and Indo plans may attract some hands into home. That's the news which is there, which is read largely. Let's take a look at other developments which are happening. And from the metro, and it's all about monsoon. If you see, the regional news developments are largely about monsoon, mainly in Mumbai, Thane, Raigad, heavy rains, wind disrupt travels, how heavy rains have cut off Mumbai, 3 sites turned into a virtual island. Mumbai gets a brief rain break. Schools and colleges shut, orange alert in place. Mumbai schools and colleges have been closed. IMD declares an orange alert. So, I mean, and J&K, here's what the MLAs of J&K, they have been offered. That's a kind of policy news. J&K modifies the CDF guidelines. MLAs authorized to provide medical assistance up to 20 lakh per annum for life-threatening disease. So now that's what they will be able to provide. And the Maharashtra monsoon fury claimed at least 10 lives. Assam floods, that's again in the news. And Patan landslide in Pune, that's more or less in the news. So these are the headlines largely from the Metro Regional and Social Desk. Let's take a look at what's happening on the entertainment desk. I think this is the last slide, and after that, I'll be just sharing this slide. So, Alpha box office collection of day 4 has almost touched a 63.64 crore worldwide. Obsession passes 400 million worldwide because highest grossing film with a budget below 1 million. Amir Khan Gauri Pratt's wedding, unseen photos and stars and guests. So that's what is making news around, and that's being read the most on internet now. Kangana Ranaut's Queen to unauthorized sequel sued for rupees 250 crores. So these are the news from the entertainment desk largely. So let me stop sharing screen, and here we go. So this has been the day wrap. You can call it today markets day, whatever you call it. It's raining outside. You can probably hear that little sound of drops over here. I'm in Ahmedabad, and between Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar. I'm over here, and that's what I'm reporting from here. So yeah. This was the day. This was the Tuesday, you can call it. And the date is very good. It's 7/7/2026. So we'll come tomorrow again with the updates. We are redefining our things, basically. So please do bear with us till we go a little low. Probably we make some mistakes. But do share your constructive criticism about it. No doubt about it. Your criticism as well, just not a constructive criticism. But if you don't like something, you do share with us. We'll try to improve this accordingly. As I said, there is a okie dokie background behind me because I don't have hazy studios. I do the work. I work from anywhere, kind of. Not from work from home mode, but I'm in a work from anywhere mode. So that's the reason you will not have the kind of a studio and hazy backgrounds behind me, except few lights on me, and that's how it would be. So thank you for listening to us. Have a great day. Enjoy monsoons and stay safe. Be happy.